Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you're having a great day. Thanks for tuning in. This is Making It Work. I'm Jimmy if you're new here. Today we got a tool haul video. Some of you guys might know that I'm replacing some of my Snap-on tools with other brands just to try do a little bit of an experiment. Some people are going to give me a hard time about it and tell me I'm dumb because I'm not going to stick with Snap-on. Some people are going to encourage me and say that it's great. They have no problems going without any Snap-on tools. Based on the pricing, some people may not have a Snap-on tool dealer. Some people may have a hard time with their dealer, who knows. But in any event, I'm going to prove that it can be done. I think it can be done. But I'm also open-minded. I'm going to try some things. I bought some tools, some other brands to try. And if the tools fail, you're going to see. If the tools are great, you're going to see. I mean, I've broken Snap-on tools. Everyone has. That's why we care about the warranty, right? Because you want to be able to exchange your broken tools for new ones. So if they were perfect and they never broke, maybe you could justify the crazy prices. But the fact that they break alone tells you that other brands are going to break too. Just no matter how long it's going to take. Is it going to be the first time you use it, the 10th time, the 100th time? Who knows? That's what we're going to find out. Some of the tools in this tool haul are going to be to replace Snap-on tools, but I also got a couple of things that are just tools that I needed anyway. If you've seen some of my recent videos, Week in the Shop, or some of my independent repair videos that I have in individual cars, then you'll know that there's been a couple of tools that have been bugging me that I didn't have. One of them is I used a pry bar and a hammer to get the snap ring off on a Honda Civic to do the fuel pump last week. Well, I bought the correct tool to do that job, and I'll show you what I got. One of the first tools I got, I have a couple of sets of big sockets, but I noticed that I needed a 31mm socket the other day to do hub bearings on a Ford Escape, and none of the sockets I had fit just right. The 32 is a little loose and the 30 didn't fit at all. So I ended up using a 32 to get the job done, but I wasn't happy about it. I don't know why the sets don't come with a 31. I did have some people tell me that there's an SAE size socket that fits very well, but I just said, you know what, I want to just get a 31 so my set doesn't skip over and go from 30 to 32. So apparently the reason it skips it is because of the SAE, but my anal retentiveness makes me want to have the correct metric socket, so that's what I did. Picked up a Sunex 31mm. These are made in Taiwan, chrome moly steel, so it'll be very durable and strong. It's got some serious weight to it, so we'll see how that holds up. The other tool, as I mentioned, I did that Honda fuel pump. This is made in China. I'm not going to try to hide any of that stuff. I try to avoid buying Chinese-made tools. But, you know, honestly, China can make good tools if the retailers and manufacturers let them. They make them to the specifications of whoever's buying the stuff from them. And if people want to have really high profit margins, they get the people in China to make it for $8 and sell it for $200. But in any event, this tool from a name brand seller is probably $100, $150. I bought it on Amazon. You know, no fibs, no fairy tales. I bought it on Amazon for 23 bucks. It's for the fuel tank lock rings. Now you have to build this tool to use it. It's obviously a universal tool. You assemble this with all the legs on it, and it should come in super handy for any kind of snap rings on fuel tanks to do fuel pumps. These lock into the ears, and they'll go in here in the slides. It's going to bolt in like this, and this tool will be adjustable. So I'll be able to do any gas tank that needs the male ears on the tool so that you can grab the gas tank lock ring and use a breaker bar with a socket, or just put a breaker bar directly into the end of this tool just to pop the snap ring loose. Because like you guys saw in that, if you watched my video on that Honda Civic, I had to use a really long pry bar and a hammer to get that lock ring on and off. And I've been doing it that way for years. But on that vehicle, it really took quite a few good hits to get that thing to lock in all the way 100% closed. So I figure with this tool, it won't be so much of a problem, and I won't have to risk damaging. If you get a car that has a gas tank that's a little bit rusty, smashing it on with a pry bar is probably not going to be a good option. So that's why I picked this tool up. I'll put it together and I'll show you what it looks like together in a second. These notches are what takes the load. Sits in the tool, and obviously you can slide it to change the diameter of the tool. and these little nuts will lock down the size, the slides, so that they won't slide once you don't want it to. It's going to be totally adjustable, so it'll work on really big lock rings and on pretty small ones too. I'm not sure what the maximum minimum size is, but it's going to cover the 99% of them, I'm sure. It's a pretty cheap tool, but I'm hoping it's going to be able to handle a lock ring on a fuel tank without much issue, and that's what it'll look like. So I'll be able to use it on all kinds of different stuff. Pretty universal, pretty inexpensive, but I mean, if this thing breaks, then I guess I have to go back to the pry bar and hammer method, right? I think it'll be fine. Let me show you guys what else I got. The rest of the tools are going to replace my snap-on stuff. Alright guys, boom. Sunex tools. I'm going to have to raise the camera up a little bit just so you guys can take in the full effect of this thing. A 51-piece master impact socket set, 6-point standard and deep, as well as universal sockets from Sunex. Sunex is a pretty good brand, 3/8 drive metric. Sunex is a pretty good brand. A lot of people consider them second-tier tools compared to Snap-on, and I would honestly say, from what I've seen with the few Sunex tools that I have and the Sunex tools some of my co-workers have, I would say it's probably 90-95% of what a Snap-on tool is. In other words, it's going to do the job. It's going to probably wear out slightly faster or break slightly easier, but there is not a gigantic difference like there was 20 years ago. They've closed the gap quite a bit. So let's open this up and take a look and stop all the speculation. I'll show you guys what it looks like. Now, obviously, like all my tool reviews, I'm not just going to show you my new tools and then that's the end of it. I'm going to show you my new tools, and then you're going to see them put to work in the shop. This thing has 4 clasps on the case. Really nice case. It's a shame I'm not going to keep it. I'm going to put all these sockets in my cart in my toolbox. So this is what the set looks like. It's a very complete set. It goes from 22 millimeter at the largest all the way down to 7 millimeter at the smallest. Well marked. It is stamped on the back here. So this is a laser, which is probably way easier to read. The stamping is actually cut into the metal a little deeper. So if this etching wears off, then you'll be able to see on the stamping what size it is. So that's 7 millimeter size here. You'll be able to see that once this wears off. And I'm sure with the beading, all the laser printing stuff's going to wear off. It normally does. It's pretty standard procedure. It's expected. They are coated in oil a little bit. All of these tools that have this black oxide coating on them, they can still rust. It's not as durable as chrome when it comes to resisting moisture and rust. So that's the deep impact sockets go from 22 to 7 millimeter. The impact swivels, those are also 7 millimeter. You can see it here where it shows you a 7 millimeter on the socket end and 7 millimeter on the collar. These are pinned swivel sockets, a little bit more economical to manufacture than the pinless. But I tend to put a little bit of wheel bearing grease down in the joint just to give me a little bit more life out of the tool, so that when it's taking abuse at an angle, it works like a U-joint. It's been greased a little bit. Some people say not to grease them because it attracts dirt. Some people say to grease them. I prefer to put a little grease in them. I put a little bit of grease in my Snap-on ones as well, and they seem to last a little bit longer. When they do shatter, it'll usually be at this pin, and then this collar has to be pressed off to replace the pin, but normally you just send it back for warranty and then replace it. These are very shallow sockets. So 22 millimeter on those, from 7 to 22 on those as well. Sounds like the po-po. Alright, the shallow sockets, they also are going to go from 7, Fast and Furious, bro. The shallow sockets are going to go from 7 millimeter and also are going to go up to 22. And again, they're oiled so they don't rust, which is kind of nice actually. I would oil them if they didn't already come oiled. I'd be putting oil on them. I usually like to cover them in Marvel Mystery Oil or something like that, or transmission fluid, and let them sit in the box that way until you use them. That way they won't be rusty when you go to grab them again. Again, stamped into the socket, etched into the socket. To me, it looks like a pretty nice set. These are substantial. It's got a similar cutout to Snap-on, so it doesn't grab only by the corner. It grabs it by the side of the fastener. Since Snap-on's patent expired, everyone's basically doing that now. It also comes with a bit driver, so you can use your 3/8 gun with a bit similar to what I use my Milwaukee tool with bits. Comes with an extension, a regular 3-inch 3/8 drive, and it comes with a universal. So that means this week I'm going to put my 3/8 Snap-on Swivels, Snap-on Deeps, and my Snap-on Shallows. They're going to go up on eBay this weekend. Right after this tool video comes up, you'll be able to check me out on eBay. I'm WEDJIM, stands for Winning Edge Designs Jim, because I also airbrush radio control car bodies, occasionally a motorcycle helmet or a motorcycle, but I don't do a lot of that anymore. I've kind of cut back on it because honestly I was working lots of hours for very little money. You can check me out on eBay. That's how I explain my WEDJIM is Winning Edge Designs Jim. So check it out, take a look, see what you think. I'm going to start the bidding on most of my Snap-on stuff at about half of what the retail price was, and we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed my tool haul. I got some SunX sockets, I got my gas tank lock ring tool. I'm looking forward to using these things. I think they're going to be fine. We'll see. If anything breaks, I'm going to show you. If I abuse the tools and do crazy stuff with them, and whether they break or not, I'm going to show you. So nothing to hide. No one's giving me any of the stuff I'm buying at all. I'm trying it as an experiment. I may look foolish in the end. I may look like a super smart guy for figuring out I need to spend $600 for a set of wrenches and $600 for a set of sockets. A similar kit to this SunX setup with the deep impacts, the shallow impacts, the universals and all. This is probably about $1,000, $1,200 on the Snap-on truck. So I got this on Amazon. It was $159, I want to say, but I'm going to check and put the exact price along with the part number. Will be down in the bottom of this video, and it's also going to be down in the description. You'll be able to find it in my Amazon store if you want to take a look. Click on those Amazon affiliate links. It'll help out the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and they toss a few pennies per dollar my way. It helps the channel out a lot. I'll be able to buy more tools and do more reviews, right? So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been a pleasure having you here. Torque that like button down below if you like this video. And also maybe subscribe. I got a lot of automotive related videos. I got tool related videos, and I put the two together to do tool review and auto repair how-tos and things like that. So thanks guys. You guys are awesome. I'll see you in the next video. Bam!